How's it going, everybody? Jerome here, back, and today some of the craziest things that definitely happened on the final day of EVO after the BLAZBLUE top 8s and a spectacular grand finals. So of course we got Jubei, who was recently announced to be a playable character coming soon to BLAZBLUE Central Fiction later on this year, but the biggest announcement for me personally was the crossover game that involves Under Night in Birth, Persona 4 Arena, and Ruby. Not Ruby, just the character, but Ruby, R-W-B-Y. So with this video, I just wanted to break down this trailer as much as I can. There's not really too much I could talk about, but there are some things that definitely caught my attention, and I figured I wanted to share with you guys. So, without further ado, let's go through this trailer together, and I will tell you guys what I have found. So first and foremost, it's quite obvious that, so far, it is a 2v2 fighting game. But right off the bat, as we see Ragna actually, pulling off them combos on Jin, we see him building meter on the vertical bar that is on the screen. Now, okay, it's confirmed. That vertical bar is meter. But what the hell is that blue bar? So, in my honest opinion, I think that may be the barrier of some sort, because BLAZBLUE has it, technically Under Night in Birth has it. I don't think Persona 4 had it at all, but if so, then I might be an idiot. But either way, I believe the blue bar, the blue horizontal bar, may be some shield bar. And as we skim through it, and we see freaking Ragna, kicking the shit out of Jin, we see him tag in Narukami. And it's after one of his specials. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, tagging, one of the latest tag games we actually had that is crossover is Street Fighter Cross Tekken. And I could have sworn that if they were tagging in people, it was going to be at the cost of a meter. So far, it doesn't seem to be that case. It seems to be a meterless cost tagging mechanic, but it's not as crazy as Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is doing it. So it looks like you can tag in your opponent on hit, but it is also a meterless tag in, unlike Street Fighter Cross Tekken. And I believe that's actually kind of, that's kind of alright. I do have to say I really do appreciate that. And then Narukami slides in with that electric slides of his. Here's one of the biggest things that actually caught my eye, is that when they represented Narukami, he's from Persona 4 Arena, not Persona 4 Ultimax. And the reason why I bring this up is because in Ultimax, we technically had Margaret, Marie, and Adachi. Are they gonna bring in some Ultimax characters, or are they gonna strictly stay on Persona 4 Arena? I think it's kind of clear that if people don't bring in Adachi in this crossover, people might actually be a little salty. But again, that's the reason why I brought up this part of the video. Persona 4 Arena. Persona 4 Arena only consists of Elizabeth, the Persona 4 group characters, and Akihiko, Aegis, and Mitsuru. That's about it. So, dude, that would be kind of cool if Persona 3 characters came into the mix, dude. Akihiko? Oh, dude, that would be so cool, man. I would actually be really happy if Akihiko came in, but Persona 4 Arena, again, I just wanted to bring that up. If they don't bring in Adachi or Elizabeth or anybody of that caliber, I would actually be kind of disappointed. And of course, he attacks with Izanagi. So far, he actually looks like he's going to be playing the same. He tags in a Hyde, which does his uppercut. And man, I can't wait. I can't wait. And then here's one of the biggest ones for the Persona 4 Arena logo. Hyde is representing Under Night in Birth latest, which is the latest installment for the game that is coming out on July 20th this year for Japanese consoles. So again, if they are just strictly staying with Persona 4 Arena and they don't bring in Adachi, I think that would be a really big drop on their end, in all honesty, because a lot of people like Adachi, and especially how he plays, and this is a dream game matchup, so I'm pretty sure people really want Adachi and Terumi, to get along and beat them asses together. Hyde is representing Under Night in Birth latest, so I'm really hoping that Enkidu and maybe Erika Wagner can also make it into the mix. Maybe even Mika, because that would be kind of funny. We need that kind of character. Like, Mika would actually get along with, like, Teddy and, like, Platinum. That would be kind of cool, right? So yes, Undying In-Birth latest is being represented in this game by Hyde, and I'm hoping that Enkidu is gonna be part of the roster. That'll be really cool. And next in this scenario here, we see we see Jin being slashed to oblivion by both Ragna and Narukami. Now, this is where I ask the biggest question. Is this a team super, or will this be very similar to the mechanic in Marvel vs. Capcom 1, where you have full meter and you summon your extra character to come in and you control both characters on the screen with unlimited supers? Now, again, that is where I'm leaning towards to, because if it's a team super, that'll be kind of cool, but I think it will be even better if it was the same mechanic as it was back in the Marvel vs. Capcom 1. Again, where you have full meter, you use that meter, all of it, and you will be able to summon your extra character to, you know, whoop ass like in this scenario. So what is the scene? Is it going to be MVC1 all over again, or is it a team super? I want to go with MVC1, but you guys could choose yourself as well. And then, after that scenario, after this crazy beauty transition, nice dissolve, we see Hyde actually doing his infinite worth. Now, in Undying In-Birth, an infinite worth will cost 2 bars, and in Undying In-Birth, that is the maximum bars you will get. So I'm kind of curious on how many bars will be in this. Will it be 5 or 4 or 3? But after, you know, Hyde does that, somebody tags in Ragna, and then of course, the bar counter goes to 0 because Ragna comes in and he does his own super to Jin. So I am really curious on how meters will be handled, because in Undying In-Birth, that is Hyde's most powerful move other than the fancy quote-unquote EXs. So I wonder how the bar management will be handled. Will it be 5 to 4? Because again, to do that move in Undying In-Birth, you need to use all your resources to unleash it. It causes massive damage. And of course, that is basically the end of it, but I want to say something about Ruby. Ruby's sprite does not look bad, if I have to say so myself. She looks good, in all honesty. And it seems like they're not going to the Season 4 route where she has, basically where she has a totally different attire. She looks traditional to Season 1 and Season 3, so I really do like it. There's nothing too special about her just yet, because all we just see her is an opening animation where she's just going into the battle phase. There is no animations on attacking or supers or anything of that nature. I really wish I got to see them, but there's nothing, which makes me kind of sad. But that is the end of it. I can't believe that this is happening. 1 and 2, take all my money. Take all my money. Anyways, that is it for my little breakdown video for this trailer. If you guys would leave a thumbs up for this video, that would tell me, and it is the best way to tell me, that you guys really did enjoy this breakdown. And I will continue to cover this game in later endeavors as information jumps out at me as soon as they release. Anyways, JeromeTelos is the name, and I will see you dudes within the next video.